What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hopefully, y'all chilling, relaxing, enjoying this night. But this video right here is directed fully and solely to anyone that don't know what disloyalty is. And I do mean and deeply feel seriously about it. If disloyalty had a face, it should be this fool Lil Meech. Hands down. If it really had a face, it should be this fool Lil Meech. And for the people that say that he only stayed by his father's side, that ain't what that means. That ain't what that is. And that's not what he did. Yes, he rode with his dad. Yes, that's what he did. But at the same token, his dad been locked up for 20-something years. Or was I forgot how the whole length, because I don't really care. Big Meech has been shown to be what he is. It is what it is. You feel how you want to feel about it. I know how I take it, and I know what I see. But what I will say is sort of father like son. If your dad has been giving you so much advice over the years, okay, loyalty should have been on the biggest priority of him from the things he said and the things he has said. And when he was recorded saying stuff about how BMF was ran and this, that, and the third, loyalty was one of the biggest things he talked about.
Watching my family go from having everything to having nothing, to my mom working her job just to pay for the bills and just to pay for me to go to a good school. I really watched that happen. Like, I really was old enough to understand what was going on. And 50, that's what I appreciate so much from him, because he didn't just have the acting coach teach me how to play my father. Watching my family go from having everything to having nothing, to my mom working her job just to pay for the bills and just to pay for me to go to a good school. I really watched that happen. Like, I really was old enough to understand what was going on. And 50, that's what I appreciate so much from him.
And for y'all that don't understand what's being said, okay? Big Meech had major bread. Money was right. Mama wasn't worried about nothing. Okay? When you got that money, everything changed. Even the way women view and take you. And basically what he's saying is that when his dad got popped, he didn't have nothing. His mama didn't have nothing. Didn't have nothing to show for none of the stuff that he did. And 50 came and helped them out. Sent Big Meech's son to acting school, paid for it for 2 years, and then got him on a show that was putting dividends in his family's pocket. And then this is what he does. And this is all after the fallout, okay? After all of the stuff that came about from all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Lil Meech says F Rick Ross, basically. In other words. True that. It should have been. And if it was F him, why are you kicking it with him weeks later? This is why, and I felt when 50 did it, cutting Lil Meech off for all of a sudden now you're on Rick Ross' team, to the point of you're saying congratulations, happy birthday, and all the stuff that you were saying toward Rick Ross because your dad was in a video with him. or not in the video with him, promoting, which was canceled, but promoting his little event that he was doing, your dad was doing, and Rick Ross was supposed to be starring, headlining it. However that went, but regardless of it, it was canceled. Now the thing should have been, like I've been saying, is that you should have been checking. I ain't gonna say checking your daddy, hipping your dad to what's going on. Hipping your dad to what's going on. That's what you should have been doing. And you should have had that bag waiting on your dad when he got home, since you're trying to be so much like him, okay? You could have showed him this could be the new and improved you. But you didn't. You stayed the same person. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about something that I don't know, because I don't know what that man was like, okay? All I do know is father like son. That's what I do know. Father like son. That's what I can see with my own eyes. Father like son. Your daddy was out being I ain't even gonna talk down on, just showing how disloyal he is. And then when it really comes to it, you see how disloyal you is. Because if it was F. Rick Ross, then it should still be F. Rick Ross. You shouldn't be wanting to mess with someone that did so much for you. Real live opposition out here. You shouldn't want to do that. That's something you shouldn't want to do just out of loyalty. Just loyalty. That's it. Just loyalty. For someone that helped you get on your feet like he did. When you and your family didn't have nothing, and your dad went to prison and really didn't leave y'all with nothing, you're clearly sitting here saying how you had to watch your mom go to work to provide for you and send you to good schools and things of that nature. So and that's another percent that you went to private schools and you didn't have to worry about no real out here thugging it. You wasn't doing none of that. That wasn't your life, but you try to act like that's how you are. You let one simple move mess up everything. When it's clear, you knew, just like your dad knew, 50 Cent, who he was and what he was about. Just like y'all knew that 50 Cent get down like this.
Fifth, what's up, man? I'm trying to figure out where everybody at. Hey, what's up? Yeah. What's up? What's the deal? Yeah. 50. It's 50. It's 50.
It's like that.
Sure, you got your friends up. Just go to the side. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Ride on the roller coaster.
And I want y'all to understand that when he did that, all of them people that he had problems with, that said what they was going to do to him when they saw him, was right there in the crowd. I want y'all to understand that. They were, all of them. This is when 50 got all the respect in the world when it come to that gangster talk. He got all of it. Wasn't no security with him, wasn't nothing with him. He walked straight through the crowd. Got down off the stage and walked down through the crowd basically. And all the people that was talking about what they was going to do to him when they saw him was right there in the crowd. Literally. All of them. Irv Gotti, all of them was right there. So I don't care how nobody stresses it. You know, don't matter what Irv Gotti was going to do or how he felt toward 50, don't make no difference. He had all the opportunity in the world, even if it wasn't him. Anybody on their camp had all the opportunity, even if they wanted to make it to where they wouldn't get in trouble over it. It was right there. Right there. 50 let it be seen, hands down. He ain't backing down from nothing they talking. Nothing. If you want to try to act like he didn't, you don't know how easily and how close he was. Look how close he is to that. Look how close. Look where he at. He walking past all of them right now. All of them right now. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm not talking nothing out the way. He was walking past all of them. Right then and there, he was walking past all of them. And you know who was actually, that I know that he did that? And who he was doing it to? And in front of who and why he did it? Your dad. That's one cat that I know for sure know why he did that. You was too little to know what was up. But I know your dad knew what was up. Why he did that. That's wild to me. To where your dad can see it and still, you hear me? And still be as disloyal as he was. And y'all just don't understand how much loyalty he was supposed to show 50, because 50 took his family and made them excuse me, made them or put them back on the map as far as people looking at them. Because there wasn't nobody looking at BMF in a good light anymore. Sorry if y'all trying to act like it was being looked at in a good light. It wasn't. It wasn't being looked at in a good light no more. And it's definitely now for sure ain't being looked at in a good light to anybody that really actually got respect, street respect, got street respect and morals, street base. Nah, you don't get no respect on that. You don't get no respect on acting like you wasn't supposed to show 50 no real loyalty. Nah. And I hope, I really honestly do hope Lil Meech don't try to respond and say nothing about what's the man named Michael Rainey Jr., Ghost's that played Ghost's son on what's it called, Power. When he said that Lil Meech was trying to be too much like what he call him, Big Bro, 50 Cent, and it really ain't no issue about him wanting to be too much like him. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It shows how disloyal he would have been if he would have got that position. You understand what I'm saying? This is all the shows, and the cap down there is with this right here. Let me go to it. This is some dude commented that the Michael Rainey Jr. dude should have helped. Took Lil Meech under his wing, and when he said he tried, but he wanted to be too much like Big Bro. You see, basically you see, and let me break even more down to y'all what this is doing. Okay, this is why 50 Cent was so on point for cutting him short, not just leaving his dad, cutting him short as well, because basically all that meant was he would have did anything to get in that position, and that even meant taking 50 Cent down. That is what that even meant. That's not being loyal. That's showing that you a snake. That's all these things is showing and adding up showing is that you being a snake. And that dope game is a snaky snake. It's a doggy dog, dog eat world. That's just real talk. That's just what it is. That dope game is a doggy dog world, and this is just showing how you still is taking advice from the old Big Meech. You get what I'm saying? I don't mean as in who Big Meech is now, because he's still showing that he ain't understood them and got any extra knowledge of how things is going now at this point in time. But Lil Meech is showing that you don't know nothing about street life because you should have already hipped your dad to what was going on. Because your dad, and regardless of your dad trying to act like he didn't know what was up with 50, you should have been able to put him on and really let him know. Besides the fact that 50 actually was there, besides that, 50 was actually there for this man. He was there. All that talking about, what's his name? I forgot. I can't remember that fool's name. Rick Ross. He did a little thing with Rick Ross because Rick Ross was giving him some bread for his rent. That's weak. All that's weak. All that's weak for real. Because you should have had that bag waiting to where your dad wouldn't have needed no help from nobody, and then to even be even bigger, that makes it a bigger insult. That shows even more disrespect and disloyalty. Is that whatever Rick Ross gave him, which I'm pretty sure he didn't give him because that show that their little show got canceled. If he would have came to 50, I'm pretty sure 50 would have gave it to him. But he, again, trying to be bigger than the program. You should have learned from that, but you didn't. You should have learned from that. And when I say that, I meant how your uncle was. When your uncle got out and showed that he was disloyal when he was with Rick Ross. You see 50 just stopped messing with your uncle. And your uncle really didn't, it wasn't no real ties to that. So it was all good. The ties was to him taking care of you, basically. Putting you in a situation where you can feed your family. That's the part. That's where the loyalty comes into play. Okay, the Southwest T dude, that's fly shit right there. That don't even matter. The loyalty should have been from you and your dad. And even you staying loyal to 50, in no way, shape, form, or fashion is you turning your back on your dad in any way, shape, form, or fashion for somebody that been locked up 19, 20, 25, however long it's been, years. That's not showing disloyalty. That's being loyal to the man that put food in your mouth. That's what that is. That's what you call, and that's what loyalty is all about. That's what loyalty is all about. And like I say plenty other times, it ain't like he tried to bird feed you. He opened the door for you and let you walk through the door. You made the choices you made. You made the mistakes you made. But the major thing that you gotta really get and understand, and I hope you take a valuable lesson from this, is that he opened the door and let you walk through it. You made the mistakes you made by listening to someone that didn't know nothing about legal money. Because if he did know about legal money, the situation would have never been how it was. And I'm not saying he didn't have that bread. Because when Big Meech was out here, he had that bread. But how did he get the bread he got? He wasn't all peaches and cream with everybody. He snaked a few people and he stepped over a few people's toes to get where he was. 50 put you in a position where you ain't had to step on nobody's toes. You didn't have, because you didn't know nothing about the drug life, period. But you wanted to live off the persona of who your dad was. He put you in a position to where you can front that role like that's who you are. That you some get money big cat when you wasn't. And you threw all that down the drain. You threw all that down the drain. Just like I'm pretty sure, and I hope deeply, you don't say nothing and have no remarks to what that Michael Rainey Jr. dude said. Because it's clear that that's what you were on. It ain't no misunderstanding. It's clear. Like I said before, like father, like son. The only difference is that 50 wasn't about to let you step over him. And that was one of the smartest things 50 done did. And I've been paying attention to 50 for a minute. That's one of the smartest moves 50 done made. By cutting you off straight from the jump. This is showing even more how set and realistically anyone on the streets should know by now and should have known what was up with that man. It's just that simple. Anybody should have. Anybody could have. The fact that y'all didn't, and I mean that you and your dad, shows what y'all intentions were. Your dad already played this card, and you rolled right along with it. That shows that just shows, man. That shows that you ain't in the streets. You don't know nothing about that type of life, because you would have learned that in that type of life. Your dad learned that way long time ago, in which that's what it is. That dope life is a doggy dog world. It's just like it is what it is. You can't shit. It is what it is. It's a doggy dog world. So your dad got out ain't knowing nothing but that. 50 put y'all in a good position and put y'all in a good position to keep making bread. And y'all tried to just that easy. Just that quick. That's what y'all tried to do. So should nobody be mad at what 50 does from here on out to make sure that they don't get no success out of whatever they're trying to do. Should nobody be mad at it. Because 50 is only doing what comes natural. When you trying to play and live that life, you trying to fuck over me, no, I'm going to get the last laugh. That's just how it is. Just like, I guarantee you, his dad, Big Meech, already know how it go. Because I'm telling you, I'm pretty positive that he done stepped over a few people that he knew he could step over. He just thought he was going to get out and step over 50 and your time has been gone, been passed, long time ago. Just that simple. But like I said in the beginning, if being disloyal had a face, it should be Lil Meech to the fullest. It should be a big old sign of Lil Meech. Humongous. But I'm waiting to see if Lil Meech say anything in response to what Michael Rainey Jr. said. I'm waiting to see. Because I'm going to love to see what, Michael Rainey Jr. responds. What his response is to whatever Lil Meech says. If he's smart, he won't say nothing. If he's smart, he won't say nothing. But if he responds, I'm going to love to see what Michael Rainey Jr. says. All games aside, I am. But I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.